What's up, YouTube? So today I'm going to get right to the topic. I'm going to be talking about patience today. I'm going to be talking about staying grounded and very much so in the moment rather than always planning ahead or always thinking ahead or maybe even disguising anxiety or, confusion and anxious feelings basically about your future as you're planning it out. You're plotting, you're scheming, you're thinking, brainstorming. Because a lot of the times I'll find myself basically imagining these scenarios of what's going to happen in my life. Visualization actually is probably the proper term for it, of what's going to be happening. I'm going to have a beautiful family with a gorgeous wife and some amazing kids. I want 3 sons and 1 daughter, so that way if anyone ever picks on her, dude, they got this buff guy. And then my 3 sons, Thunder, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and Abraham, about to come on over and beat the shit out of them. So the daughter's gonna be the youngest too, if you didn't know. Things like that. That's good to plan out. That's good to kind of think about. But when you get to the point of imagining imaginary situations, or you get to the point of plotting and scheming, I guess, but it's really just what ifing yourself to death, that you get in a state of anxiety, of nervousness, to where you freeze, to where you don't do anything with your life. You are so caught up with what could happen 10 days from now, 3 years from now, 2 minutes from now, that you don't think about right now. And let me use a comparison of today, when I planned out to get my car fixed today, and turns out I needed to order the key before I even took it to the dealership to get worked on to be able to have the chip key working for my vehicle. Basically, I'm not very familiar in the verbiage or topic of cars in general, learning now because I have to, but I was dead set, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get it today. I'm gonna get my vehicle up and running. It's gonna feel good. Gonna have it by Sunday for my boot camps. Turns out I gotta order the key, and that takes 3 to 4 days. As hard set, as concrete as you like to think your plans are, even the best plans can fall apart. Napoleon Bonaparte was defeated, and he was a genius. Hitler was defeated, and he probably planned out a lot of things. These people who, well, I'm not just going to use them as the example, but you can create the best plan in the entire world. But what happens when you get that left jab in the face? You got to react. You got to be able to go with the flow. So today, I ended up taking my dogs on a hike, and one of my dogs, she's a Shih Tzu, and she's just got a bunch of, well, when I say my dogs, they're my parents' dogs. I don't know what you guys thinking I am a Shih Tzu, even though she's actually awesome. But it's a Shih Tzu and a Schnoodle. But the Shih Tzu is basically blind. Like, she's really blind, actually. She gets these giant clumps of something on her eyeballs. It makes it so she can't see. She bumps into things, does a bunch of sad actions. When you look at it, you're just like, you need a lot of empathy for her situation. At least I personally do, because she's adorable. I used to play with her as a kid, but we used to wrestle. It was awesome. Getting to the point of it, we went on a hike today, and this dog is damn near blind. She can see a little bit when the light's out, but when I put the leash on her, she would just follow. She looked up at me, she listened for my voice, like, okay, Patrick's in front of me, I'll keep going. And she didn't really care what was in front of her. She just kept trudging along, She kept staying on her path. She was, patience, not the right word for this situation, but I'm going to compare it to patience later. And I took her leash off, and she froze. She just stuck there. Because she didn't know what was going to happen next. She had been disconnected. She'd been ungrounded from her source of guidance, And she froze. She wouldn't move. I called her name and she wouldn't really move. So once I put the leash back on her, she got some more guidance. She got, the light in the tunnel for her. She followed along perfectly. She just needed a gentle push, a gentle tug in the right direction. And that's how I would compare patience. Is you need to let yourself be guided in the direction that you know you should be going in. Doesn't matter if it's left, right, up, down, all around. You get this feeling in your gut, basically. It's like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is how I should do it. And sometimes you ignore that. You start thinking, I had this plan. I had to do it. I thought of it. I created it in my head. Obviously it's got to come into reality. Sometimes that can't happen. It's, if a blind dog can go up a hill, play on a log, wag her tail and enjoy herself, I think you and I can go throughout this crazy journey called life without overthinking it. Thinking just enough, but living even more. And making sure that you are actually there for the moment. That you're actually there to enjoy what's right in front of you, because this is a gift. Sometimes you'll need a little bit more guidance, like Minnie did today. Sometimes you could be completely blind and you can still walk because you have all of your other senses. That's it. I think you guys get the point of this video. Just keep moving. Don't let those left jabs screw you over. Head movement in their head. You know what I'm saying? Just strike them right back.